Hi there, welcome to the Overtime Chatter. I am here to recap for you the Real Housewives of Orange County, season 19, episode 10, and I think it's entitled Wine or Champagne. This was a good ass episode. This was good. This a nine. This is a nine. So anyway, we got we got Tamara talking the same stuff, how she don't want to fight with anyone. She wants to be cool with everybody. And then we hear Shannon say that she can be cool with Tamara, it's not a problem. So Shannon's out with her daughter getting facials. And Shannon tells her daughter, I will teach my kids or inform them on all the things that keep them from aging because plastic surgery is very expensive. We all know that because you know that she deal with her last boyfriend, John, or whatever. So, anyway, we got Jen and Ryan with one of her kids outside watching them ugly ass Tesla trucks. Tesla trucks, whatever they is, them some ugly ass trucks. So Jen asked her son, "You ever been to a wedding?" He was like, "No, I've been to a funeral." And Ron said, "They're not the same. They're kind of different." So while Shannon's at the spa, Tamara calls her and invites her and the other ladies to have a day at the vineyard, just an overnight stay for them to hang out. The place got a pool. It's a real pretty house. And Shannon's like, "Oh, okay." And Tamara's like, "Yeah, you can bring your bathing suit, your bikini." And she was like, "Probably not." Shannon was like, "Probably not a bikini. I mean, well, okay. Thanks for asking." So, then we find out from Shannon, she like, "Shannon, you look good with Shannon look like 10 years younger. With her hair, with that bronze on. You been wearing clothes make you just look too fucking old." So anyway, because you look young right here to me. Younger. So, Tamara just tell me, how I rented a place for the day. And Shannon just like, "Okay, all right, I'll see." So we got Heather, she at home unboxing, and Terry bring his ass home. She got Fendi boxes everywhere, everywhere. Big ass boxes too. So Emily is meeting up with Tamara, and they had they always in the fucking store. I don't never see nobody buy nothing though. But they're in the store, and she started telling her how she was with Gina and her daughter had cheerleading competitions, and how she had to get up with her at 5 o'clock in the morning, do her hair and makeup, then drive to, I guess, 2 hours to where the hell she had to be at because she had to be there by 9 o'clock. And that Gina's daughter also does the cheerleading stuff. So we see later on that Gina meets up with Jen and Shannon that had drinks. The place there is so sunny. I mean, the sun is shining in their faces. I was like, I don't see how they could sit there. Probably warm though, because I hate being in a restaurant trying to eat food and shit and it's cold. So while Tamara is with Emily, tells Emily while Tamara is with Emily shopping or looking like they're fucking shopping. Uh, Emily Tamara tells Emily about Shannon. I called Shannon and invited her to Taluma. I think that's what it's called, to a vineyard in Taluma. And she said she was a mess. Her hair was up to here, her boobs was hanging out. Bitch, she was at a spa. Her hair's gonna be messed up. She had a spa. How her hair supposed to look? And why the fuck is you talking about her? That's why Shannon don't want to fuck with you because you ain't real. I'm telling everybody, they sitting around here kissing your ass. You gonna turn on all. You do this shit every fucking season. I don't know why they don't get enough. See, Shannon done learned her lesson. Child, let me keep going. So anyway, um, Emily telling Tamara while they're in the store together, oh, I want to have a band with I want to have a bell too, a bomb with Annabella. And it's just as Luke is breaking up me and my we don't know how to parent him. And the counselor telling me to hug when he has bad behavior. But Shane says, okay. And I'm the soft place for him to fall. And Shane's just like, we don't reward bad behavior or whatever. He just says how he parent. You parent how the fuck you want to parent. And then, I'm tired of you every week crying about you with Lou and how much time and shit he need. But every time I turn around, you leaving. You get ready to leave before you go to leave for the vineyard. Girl, child. I mean, you get ready to go do something now. So anyway, Gina tell the ladies that her daughter won second place at the cheer. And when I say the ladies, is Gina and Shannon. And Gina says, Gina telling us that Emily loved cheering. Emily loved cheering when she was cheering. She don't like that shit now. And Gina says she don't like it at all. But her daughter, it makes her daughter happy, so she do it. So anyway, they're in the restaurant, they ordering food. I was like, why the fuck would you go out to get dates and Brussels and asparagus fries? And then somebody said, all these veggies, look at us. I'm like, yeah, look at y'all ordering this bullshit. So Gina and Jen asked Shannon, is she coming to Tallulah? She was like, nah. I was like, man, I ain't cool with her like that. She said, when I such as I was like, no. But when I talked to my therapist, and my therapist said, you figure out what your space is for Tamara. And she was like, yeah. She said, plus, I'll fuck it. I'm gonna go because my friends is gonna be there, so I'm gonna be fine. And that's what they said. We go because we going, Gina. And Jen said, "Go because we going. We were friends. We like you." So Tamara's thing is telling Emily is that Shannon hold on to grudges. So she said, "What about you and Jen?" So they back at the other restaurant now, and Jen says she's going because she always had fun with Tamara. And Shannon said, yeah, you always had fun with it till your ass don't. And that is the honest truth. So Tamara says Shannon is the hard shell to crack. But as long as she got Jen to help crack the shell, she good. So it seems like everybody gonna be fine because ain't no Gretchen ain't going with her, and ain't definitely ain't no Katie. Katie ain't on nobody trip. They ain't on nobody list for shit. So after they do all that, they tell Shannon to keep that it's gonna be fine. She's gonna have a good time. They're gonna open up the snack hole. That shit sounds so gross. So Heather is we see Heather at her podcast in Beverly Hills, and she says she uses it to promote voices that usually would have a hard time promoting. So when she said that, I said it's gotta be some kind of transgender stuff, and it was. And it was probably more things, but I knew that because she said she got 4 kids, 4 different sexes, whatever. They just do different shit, and she worried about the world. She's not worried about how much as her kids as she shouldn't because she got money and they white. She got money, they white. I guess it all matter. So she ain't got to really worry about her, but she worry about the ones that's underprivileged, like my people, or brown people, or white people that ain't rich and their kids is gay, or transgender, or whatever. I say transgender, but I meant to say gender. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be funny or nothing. So she said she worry about how the world will treat kids. You don't have to worry about that a long time because even if your kid, they gonna fuck with them. So I'm with Heather. I'm like this. I just want everybody. You cool? You don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with you. That's how I live. I don't care what you want to do. You want to eat monkey ass? Eat that ass over there. But don't. I don't do that. I mean, I don't want you to have sex with no animals. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be silly. But whatever you do is what you do. As long as everybody that's doing it is cool with it, you still ain't got no problem out of me. So while they doing their shit, now Emily's with Jen, and she says she likes that Jen does a lot of foster animals. And again, How the fuck is Luke having all these problems? And every time you turn around, your ass gone somewhere. You volunteering at the dog place. You don't got no job, Emily. You at the dog place, which is good. The shelter volunteering. You go on trips, 24-hour trips, 48-hour trips. Week long trips. You're always packing, going somewhere. Who the fuck is watching Luke? Maybe that's why he do that shit, because your ass ain't never home. But you let us know Luke just gonna have to be fucked up with it, because you got two other children, and he is requiring too much, and she was doing wrong. And she say she doing wrong, and every time I see Emily her ass in the street, so if Luke feel like he ain't getting no loving now, she said, And she always gone to me. And I ain't saying as a parent you always gotta stay home. You do gotta do stuff for yourself. But I don't see Emily making no self sacrifices. I'm just telling you. That's what, as a parent, and my kids had a fucking problem, I sacrifice. Yup. If they was having trouble with math and shit, I'm getting up early before it's time to get them up for school, or I'm up with them doing the math, or I'm up with them late at night doing the reading to get them reading. It's the weekends. We doing 30 minutes of homework. I'm sacrificing. That's some shit. I could be watching TV. I could be on the phone running my damn mouth. I wasn't making videos then, but this shit wasn't even around. But you got to, what you giving up? You know what I'm saying? Like, I might want to go hang out and shit, but I ain't gonna go hang out when I know my kids need to study, or they need, like, I don't do shit like, if I was gonna go out somewhere and I ain't got shit in there to eat, but I'm getting ready to go hang out with my friends. I got a car, I got the money, I can go down drive. I ain't gonna have fun if I go out to have fun and I left my goddamn kids back there at the house with nothing to eat and they get something when I come back. Shit like that. Like, everybody gonna be paid. Everybody gonna get what they get. Cause that's what you call sacrifice. Let me get off of this. I don't see Emily sacrificing shit. She about to take her fat ass and sit down and eat a wagyu steak and spend the night at somebody's house. And Lord knows what Luke doing. And I ain't saying kiss Luke ass, but stop acting like, oh, me, it's so terrible, girl. It ain't terrible. You still living your life. So while she's still talking to them, she started crying. It's talking about Emily. Well, no, she's not talking to them. She's talking to Jen. And they at the animal shelter. The first thing they do is go to the cattery. That's really some shit. I didn't know that. It is a place where cats be. And they got to clean out the litter boxes and shit. And then after they do that, the guy at the shelter tell them that they need, could they go outside and play with the dogs. And I think it's sweet that they do that. So they start talking, and she starts talking about parenting Luke again, and how she got to cuddle him and Shane doesn't. And how her son only connects to her. I don't see how the fuck he do that, because you ain't never home. So the therapist said hug him when he misbehaved. So she said, my other kids are asking, can they go to therapy too? I feel like such a failure. You are. So never think she said, I should never think that my kids don't need me. They do, but just different. It took you that long to figure that shit out. You figure that shit out when they babies. Like, I got one kid that like to be hugged. I got one that don't. You just learn how to do that shit. I don't know. So anyway, they started talking about temacula or something. So uh, we got Tamara home, her daughter helping her pack for her trip. And Travis and Gina, they at the house laughing. And she said she hope they get along because she don't want to be between them. And Travis told Gina, he said, how come every time you go out of town you gotta buy new shit? And I said, she does? Gina be looking like a fucking bum to me. That should be brand new. She taking her money back. I was like, she be doing the most for real, because she don't let she doing shit. So anyway, Heather is gonna do a sleepover 24 hours. She gonna have it. She got to do it to the top. She got motherfuckers hanging mosquito netting from the ceiling and matching comforters. She got a whole. I mean, I ain't saying that shit to say shit, because I would love that. She got candy dishes and Oreo cookies. She got all the snacks for a sleepover, and she taking these motherfuckers out to eat, and it's only for 24 hours. So I said, having Heather's always overdoing it. She even got a fucking butler to bring them champagne when they come. So Emily home packing too, and she asked Annabella would she babysit her father, and she said, "Yeah, but you gonna have to pay me $10." So she said, "I gotta pay you to watch your dad." She said, "Yeah, you pay my babysitting." She said, "Yeah, I do, and I pay a lot. I told you, bitch, you ain't never home." So Tamara was back at home in her closet talking to her daughter, saying that she bought a book, and I think she said she giving it to Shannon. It's about being passive aggressive, a self help book. And if you give it to her, she ought to smack your ass with it. I don't believe in violence, but I throw it at that bitch. I would throw it at her. So Gina and Travis, they still talking. Gina tells, and she tells Gina and Travis are talking, and Gina tells Travis she did. I don't know what the hell I put. I don't know what I put right there. It said Gina Travis. Gina tells Travis tells Gina that what she did. Oh, she was saying the shit that Tamara did right to Shannon, and that it was crazy. And I think Gina was telling Tamara too. She said, "Man, you was riding her ass all year." You know what I'm saying? So that's how she gonna be like she is. So anyway, it's time to go. And Shannon got a nice ass car. She can't never. They said she parking in the middle of the street and shit. They just clowning her because it's time to go on Tamara trip. So Shannon got two bags for. She got these big ass bags for 24 hours. She got a nice Beamer, and she in the back. They all in the car together now. She tell them how she lost her flipper, and they said, when you missing your teeth?" She said, "Probably about 2 years ago." And they all started laughing. Somebody said, "How she gonna get a man and she ain't got no damn teeth in her mouth?" So oh, that's my last page. So they finally get to the place and they tell Shannon that she can have the best room. And Shannon's like, "No, you don't got to give me the primary. I take whatever y'all give me. I don't have to have the primary." And so it's time for them to get ready to go have this wine tasting, right? So when they get there, they to the table, and I think Tamara asks her. Tamara asks Shannon, "Do she love her? I'm glad you like me now. Shannon likes me now, and Jen likes me too." And so then she says, "I'm so glad that Shannon likes me." And Shannon's like, "I feel a little bit uncomfortable with those statements." She spent so anyway, they spend too much time talking about that how two spitting shit because they had a wine tasting. And at the wine tasting you can spit in the platoon. I don't know why the fuck I'm looking out the window not looking at the camera. You can spit in the platoon or you can swallow the shit, right? So they was like, "Ooh, you had to do like the hop two," and the hop two is some girl that went viral who said she give blowjobs, and before she do, she to spit on it, and then she do the jack off shit. So they tell her Shannon's at the table. She's saying the who? No, she said I don't spit. Shannon funny as hell, and I believe that. And she said I swallow when I drink. And so they was like, so you swallow. So somebody in the confession asked whoever taping it, and she said I swallow when I drink. She said that don't sound good either. So back at the Beverly Hills at what's her name spot, Heather spot. Heather, you and that's what I'm saying. All these bitches lied. Heather, this was so fake. So anyway, first of all, why the fuck is Heather walking around Rodeo Drive? That's not something that she do. Cause that she don't. I ain't never seen her walk nowhere. I seen her walk from the Uber driven car or the limousine into a building. I ain't never seen her walk no goddamn where. Not nowhere with some distance. So she get the butler to take pictures of them before they leave, and I think they all do look nice. I actually like Gretchen hair like this. Sometimes Gretchen be making herself look too old, like she old royalty or some shit. So anyway, they get to walking down the street, and then they was like, "You gonna buy me something?" Had like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," they're just talking shit. So all of a sudden, this woman just jump out of nowhere, and I'm sorry, ma'am, I thought you was a man, but you're not a man, you a woman, and you was like, "Ah, those pictures." you didn't that pictures that paparazzi pictures. You didn't call paparazzi to take that picture, and I knew who took that picture, and it you didn't stage that. So the other two ladies is like, what the fuck? Because when we were at the when we were doing a polygraph shit, the lady came back and said you answered that question wrong. Said you lied that you did call. She was like, I don't know. What Heather was like, when they happened, the lady said, "That's a lie," and she said, "No, it's not. That's not how it happened." So all of a sudden, randomly, the three housewives together, this person is just out there on Rodeo Drive, just taking pictures. He randomly see three housewives, and he walk over there and clears and wipes this, give the receipt for Heather. Hell no. And Heather said, "Well, I've been vindicated." No, you ain't, bitch. You swore that you did not call them people on your children, and you called. I don't give a fuck. And that's why Emily in confessional like, girl, no, okay. But they know your ass lying. You call, and they said the same thing. Why is this random photographer down here talking about some shit that happened 2 seasons ago and say she know the photographer? Don't say the photographer name or nothing. Just that shit was a setup. I'm gonna start watching all this bullshit. This shit ain't no Real Housewives. This some real made up bullshit. So anyway, they in the restaurant and Emily asks, no, before they do that, they order their drinks, and Emily says that she got the fireball in her pocket because she brought the fireball out so they can drop all this bullshit off of Justin's Gretchen so they can see her vagina hang out, some shit. I guess when she gets some alcohol, some fireball in her, it get hot down there, so she get to acting crazy. So anyway, the dude they order their drinks, and it's a nice little restaurant crustacean. I was like, damn, how long does a sequoia fish live? Because that man said that fish was 30 years old. He wouldn't have been around there where I'm at. Where I come from, they ate her ass. So anyway, they still in the restaurant, and they asked her. Oh, and Emily asked her how she liked living in how Heather liked being in LA all the time. She said she loved it. It's weird and fun and cool. And she said, she did the musical somebody asked her to do, and she had a real good time. So it made her start going back taking voice lessons. And she had a real good time. So back in the vineyard, we got Tamara and them will start talking about Heather too. And Shannon says, I think she's taking comedy classes. And they all just look at each other and say, Who, Heather? So Gina said, I don't see Heather. Nah, but maybe Terry, because he's funny. But she don't strike me as the funny type. So, back at the restaurant, so they laughed that shit off. So back at with Heather and them at Crustacean, um, Emily is talking to Heather about her relationship with Tamara. And she says that from the conversation that she had with Jen asked her, Why are you afraid of Tamara? And she was like, That's bullshit. She was like, what Jen had to say to you was bullshit. She said, what I felt when I went to see at the New Orleans when I went to see Tamara was I went to meet with her because I felt thrown away and I feel like she's my friend. And she said, I'm sick of people saying that I'm scared of her. But then Emily says, well, they asked you that question in the fucking in the thing at the lie detector thing, and you said yeah. She said, "Well, I'm not scared now. Are you scared now?" She said, "No, I'm not scared. I got over it." Why the fuck was you scared? What the fuck was you scared of Tamara? Tamara ain't got shit going for her. Nothing. So, and then Heather is in her confession. She's like, "I'm sick of these bitches because all they do is talk about how afraid I am." And her, she said, was the only one who came back from New Orleans and met with her and told her how bad she upset me. And she said, "You know what y'all did? Oh, y'all, as soon as y'all seen her, we mad. I'm sorry you. We're sorry you mad. And yes, we should have called you. We're so sorry." She said she's sick of hearing that shit because they all bark. Yeah, all bark and no bite. And she was like, they all bark. Okay, you gave her a little bit of bark, but she still Heather, she still shut you down because she was howling at your ass. I'd be like, Tam, who the fuck you howling at? Who you howling at? So anyway, she said, y'all just y'all I ain't who scared. Y'all the ones that scared when as soon as y'all see her, "Hey," hugging her and shit. Y'all suck. So back at the vineyard, Shannon and them get up, and Shannon and Jen go walking in the vineyard, and Shannon can't walk. She just keep falling all over the place. That shit funny as hell. So Tamara tells Jen, I don't know what to do with about Jen or whatever. She said Jen or Shannon or whatever, they hold grudges. So Shannon tells Jen that that shit that Sam was doing at the table was making her feel very uncomfortable. She said, how you talking about I like you, I love you. She said, what I'm supposed to say, what I'm supposed to feel. She said, I ain't over that shit that she put me through. So Gina started telling Tamara about this fucking picture. And that's what I'm saying. Tamara's such a lie. I don't know. I just saw the picture. She said, well, it's a fatty picture. Said it was fatty. I think that's what Heather said. It's a fatty picture. Well, Heather told her wrong. Bitch, you're a lie. You showed that picture because that bitch looked 20, 30 pounds heavier. She still looked nice, but you made it, and then you just be lying. That's not the narrative I wanted to paint. Heather shouldn't have did that. That was what you tried to paint. Because as soon as your ass got to the restaurant that night, you know what you did? You told the fucking truth for a change. Man, that's why I set it up. You went and you found the worst fucking picture that you could find of her, which wasn't worse at all, Jen. And then she tried to play you. Look at her, how she used to look. So, anyway, they get to the table. It's time for them to eat. And they come back at the vineyard, and the place is beautiful. They come and they sit, and everybody likes it. So Tamara bring it up. I think she says, "I heard that from somebody that you're upset. You wasn't really done when me and you talked. That still bothered you." And she said, "Yeah, what picture was it? I don't know. It was just a picture." She said, "It was just a picture. I just picked one. It wasn't that it was like a fatty photo. Fucking lying bitch." So she said, "I just you changed. You just look different. She said you was you just was different." So she said, you changed. So in the confessional, here go the true Tamara. Yeah, she changed. Her boobs was out. Her clothes be real tight. Bitch, who said wear tight clothes? I didn't. The fuck? So she said, what I heard, that's what I'm saying, Tamara ain't changed. What I heard is that he likes tits on a stick, and she's pretty much like that. Bitch, you are too. So she said, I think so. So Jim was like, so what the fuck? Where did this go wrong? Well, I think it went wrong for me when Ryan was like, I'm in love with Jen. And she right. That bitch is jealous because he is in love with you and not her. And she said, and y'all was at my house and Will was at my house. I mean, it was like me and Eddie, we just felt dirty. Y'all dirty motherfuckers. That's why. And so Shannon in the confessional saying, why the fuck is Tamara tripping off of what the fuck Jen got going on when Tamara was Simon, she was fucking around with Eddie. So she finally tell the truth. I found it. She said tell the truth. And so anyway, they start showing the picture, and Gina getting to say, I've been telling y'all the truth. Don't none of y'all that picture don't flatter neither one of y'all. I like that shit because I know Tamara didn't. So then said, you know why you showed that photo? She telling us the same reason why I know why, because she a jealous, hateful bitch, and she showed it because she insecure, because she don't feel good about herself. So Jen said, I don't understand, Tamara. Yes, I have changed. I've changed a lot. She said, aren't you happy for me? The changes that I made as I speak up for myself now. Shit, she working. She on the show. You know, I fight for what I want. I have a voice. And she said, yes, I'm so happy that you have a voice. I'm just so happy. Hey, well, Tamara, I'm so happy you have a voice now. So she said, nobody believe that shit. So Tamara said, yes, that's what I wanted for you. So she said, I keep saying, so that shit ain't good enough for Jen. So she said, I keep saying, I'm sorry. I don't want to fight with you. What do you want, blood? So that's when Shannon lose her fucking mind. She said, "You never take accountability for shit." She said, "You do whatever you want to do." And everybody just let you go because it's Tamara, and that's just how she acts. So Tamara come back and say, "Oh, you do it too, but you just do it behind everybody's back." So Shannon said, "You know what, Tamara, I like you." And she said, "Don't seem like it." And she said, "But you be doing shit." She said, "I've been gone. You've been out of my life for 1 year, and I've been better for it." And she said, "Well, I'm happy for you, lying bitch." Like her feelings was hurt. So, Shannon said, "What you think I'm supposed to do? Let's forget all the shit you did. You came after me." And then she said, "I came after you because I was hurt." And that's what I'm saying. Every time, bitch, somebody hurt you, you think it's okay for them to hurt for you to hurt them. You a low down dirty bitch. And then this how dirty you is. Watch you get ready to throw Gina under the bus. So this bitch said, you really doing a lot of drinking, and I'm just not playing. Even Gina's concerned with you right now." And then Shannon's like, "What? What you mean? What Gina concerned about me about what?" And then that's the shit to go off. I was so happy that Shannon told that bitch off. I do not. Tamara is a fake ass fraud, and I didn't like that shit that Emily did either. Cause all that shit that Emily told Heather, that shit didn't come from that shit didn't come from Jen. That shit came out of Emily's mouth. Cause Emily said she just do that shit cause she's scared of Heather. She don't want Tamara to get on her, so she just pacify her. Jen didn't say that shit. Jen know what's up. So I don't know why nobody's scared of Tamara. I wouldn't be scared of that little ass white girl. Y'all crazy. And the same that shit that bitch can say shit about me, I can say shit about her too. And her fucking husband with them little balloon things he wear on his legs in the bed like black trash bags. I do not like Tamara. And usually if I don't like you, I don't like nothing about you, nothing associated with you, nothing you like at all. She is a bitch. And she always do this shit. "Oh, I'm healing. I'm trying to get better." And as soon as that bitch can cut your throat, she cut it. Thank you, Shannon, for not falling for that bullshit. So listen, this was a good episode. You could have been anywhere for the last 31 minutes and 50 seconds, but you was here with me, and you got to know that means everything in the world to me. Have a good one. Excuse my mouth. I get so passionate about bullshit. That shit with Heather, that was some bullshit. No, you ain't, bitch. You just set this shit up like you set this shit up before this one. Emily, I don't like you did that to Jen. Well, Jen seems to think, and so I think I kind of told her that I think you do it because you scared of her. You said that shit. Don't think about it. You said it, and Jen getting some balls. She when it come to her and Tamara. So anyway, I don't know who the fuck is Katie. They ain't seen her like what 1, 2, 3 episodes. This is the first episode we ain't seen her or heard nothing from her. She coming back though, cause she done got they like when somebody get them all riled up and shit. I'm talking about the producers. So I love that Shannon got backbone. Shannon need to wear her hair up and wear bronze because you look much younger. Emily, I'm sick of her crying about her goddamn kid. And then she doing all this shit. She ain't even got no test results. Like, oh, autism. Girl, my son got autism. He 25. He got a driver's license. He finished school. He lived by himself. Hell, he lived better than my kids. They ain't got no problems. At least they say they ain't got none. But anyway, Gina, I don't know. What is Travis? So anyway, Sharon is sick of this shit too. She said, "I'm tired of what she say." She said, I'm just recapping in my head little shit that I can think of. She said that she was tired of them trying to get her to lay down with somebody. Y'all worry about your own snack hole. Yeah, cause Gina, I mean, you say his balls good, but is you looking for a husband? I don't know. I don't know what none of y'all doing. And then I really, really like this. This is how I know that Shannon really know Tamara. Because when they was at the vineyard house and it was time for them to go to the vineyard, Tamara hollered upstairs, "Come on, ladies, your limousine is here." And as Shannon was coming down the steps, she said, "Watch," she said, better not be no goddamn motorcycle, because it's going to be something crazy. Yeah, it was a motorcycle with a sidecar. And that's what they get, because they was riding with their own individual drivers, but they in the road, they're behind one another. And I don't know what was coming out of Shannon's nose or her mouth, but motherfuckers was getting slopped on from some fluid in this area. So that's what the fuck they get. But the dinner looked nice. I didn't get okay. Now I got to go back to this. I've never seen that. I guess First Station must charge a lot of money for presentation because they brought out the tuna cigar. That shit don't even sound good. And at the end of it, had some what is that shit? Some caviar beluga, whatever they call it, stuck in there. I ain't never had caviar, but and people say it tastes good. But I can, to me in my head, it tastes like fucking tuna without no mayonnaise or no salt or pepper. You know what I'm saying? Like you just ate out of the can, or you squeeze all that shit out of it, then you ate it. So just to just eat ovary. So I'm kind of like I ain't like how Emily said it. You can have mine because they brought it out in the box and they opened it up and it smells so good. I was like, how the fucking tuna and caviar smell good? They must have some smoke in the box because all that smell like. So anyway, to me, like ocean shit, I don't like the smell of the ocean. You know, I don't like that smell. But Emily said, what she said, I don't want to eat nothing out nobody's vagina. Bitch, everything you ate came out somebody's vagina. The fucking chicken, or they come out their butt. I think come out their vagina. The steak, the wagyu steak, that motherfucker came out a vagina, and it was a cow vagina, but I don't want to eat nothing to come out nobody's vagina. Girl, shut the fuck up. And Heather kind of laughed at it. It was stupid to me. And then it's the last thing I want to say. How do people enjoy themselves when they go to a restaurant and eat? The reason why I'm saying this because it's so fucking cold in there. You even colder once they bring you your drink. They got the fucking ceiling fan going. You know what I'm saying? And them bitches was in there with their arms out, especially Heather. She had a cute dress on, their arms and shit out. I cannot do it. Well, I'd rather go in a restaurant and order my food than get my plate and I sit my ass in my car with the temperature how I like it. Or I take that shit home and you can have your plate back before I leave. But I don't enjoy myself in no restaurant. I don't. That bitch gotta be warm. I cannot eat in no cold place and enjoy myself. But anyway, like I said, that's all I got. And you stay with me for 36 minutes and 38 seconds. So I really love that. So I'll see you soon. I'm gonna try to go watch me a movie. Something good. All the movies been sucking. So I already told y'all I saw The Home, didn't like it. Weapons, didn't care for that. 40 Acres, it was alright. Um, The Highest to the Lowest, I like that, but I was more so into the cinematography and the music more than the story. And plus, the story is the book. It's the remake of The King's Ransom. Yeah. So listen, let me go, let me go, let me go. Bye.